Imagine this. You break into a bank vault. Sure, you're about to get your hands on a flash drive with hundreds of millions of dollars worth of bitcoins. But at the last minute, you realize there's a small problem. You need a second key to open the safe, and you don't have it. Disappointing? You bet. But the guys have no idea that instead of money, the safe contains dirty government secrets, for which the army is ready to wipe this bank off the face of the earth along with the robbers. The story begins beautifully. Mason and Amelia, the perfect couple, arrive on a private jet for the party of the year. Their target is Perez, a rich guy who loves cars so much that he's willing to show his garage to anyone who comes along. There's a $200 million exclusive in there. Perez is literally beaming with pride and invites his guests to sit inside. Mason and Amelia sit in the cabin. It seems like the perfect moment for a carjacking. Mason signals his hacker. The lights in the garage go out, and the security guards are knocked out. Mason can already taste victory, starts the engine, and is ready to drive off into the sunset. But then something happens that he did not expect. Amelia, his girlfriend and partner, suddenly puts a gun to his temple. The masks are off. She is an undercover FBI agent who has been playing the role of a lovesick fool all this time to catch the legendary thief red-handed. Mason is, of course, in shock. His heart is broken, his plan has failed. But he's not going to give up. He causes chaos, sinking Perez's other cars in the river to distract the cops, and miraculously escapes, leaving Amelia with nothing. 3 months pass. Mason has retired, living a quiet life, leaving everyone alone.
Then his younger brother Sean shows up with a brilliant plan to rob a bank. Mason naturally tells him to get lost. He's done with it. But Sean turns out to be quite the storyteller. He has already told his gang that the legendary thief Mason is in. On the day of the robbery, Mason's accomplices call him with the question, "Where are you? We're starting." He has no choice but to go and rescue his wayward brother. And there is a lot to rescue. Sean has already caused a scene by kidnapping the bank manager right on the street in front of everyone. Mason tries to stop the madness, but it's too late. They go inside. As expected, the plan goes to hell. The manager presses the alarm button, sirens wail, panic ensues, shots are fired. Mason has to take command so that they don't all get killed in the first 5 minutes. They take hostages and finally reach their goal. Sean is sure that a certain Isabel has a fortune stashed in the crypt. The hacker breaks into the system, the door opens, and there, nothing. It turns out that Sean didn't bother to find out that the second part of the key is needed to open it. Mason is furious. They risked life imprisonment for an empty box. Outside, the building is already surrounded by the FBI. And of course, Amelia is in charge of the operation. His former lover, who is eager to put Mason in handcuffs. He calls her, demanding that she move the cordon and bring pizza in exchange for releasing 2 prisoners. While Amelia is delivering the food, Mason beats the truth out of the bank manager. And then it turns out that they've gotten themselves into big trouble. There are no bitcoins. The safe deposit box contains compromising information on Abel, a mafia boss who is protected by corrupt politicians.
If the information comes to light, the government will collapse. The situation escalates. A mafia lawyer arrives at the bank and issues an ultimatum. Either the robbers surrender, or, in an hour, special forces will storm the bank and kill everyone, including the hostages. The FBI is powerless here. The order comes from the top. Mason realizes that they will not be released alive. He goes all in. He asks Amelia to leak the information to journalists. 10 minutes later, a crowd of reporters gathers at the bank. Now, the army cannot simply shoot up the building on live television. Time is running out. Mason releases the hostages and stays inside with the hacker. Special forces storm the vault and see Mason with a detonator in his hand. A powerful explosion destroys the entire room. It seems like a tragic ending. The thief died because of his brother's stupidity. But don't rush to turn it off. After some time, we see Amelia on a paradise island. She quit the FBI. And who approaches her with a glass? Mason, alive and unharmed. Attention, major twist. They were working together all along. All this drama with betrayal, chases, and death was a grand spectacle. Mason blackmailed the mafia with compromising information, received $500 million in compensation, and new documents for the whole team. The explosion was staged so they could disappear forever. That's how this beautiful couple fooled the mafia, the government, and the FBI. Write in the comments, would you be able to forgive betrayal for $500 million, or is trust more valuable? Like if you enjoyed the story and subscribe to the channel. I have many more crazy stories in store. See you soon!